We need to look at a few aspects regarding file and directory names. When you work with Windows, the following file names are all the same. They refer to a single file. Hello.txt lowercase, all uppercase, the file name in uppercase with the extension in lowercase. They all refer to one file, a single file. When you work with Linux, it's different. All the above listed file names are different files. That is, the file names refer to different files. It's an important aspect for you to keep in mind. As you've already seen, any file or directory that starts with a period is a hidden file or directory. If you've been using shared hosting normally uses Apache. You are well aware of .htaccess files. Those are hidden files. In Linux, we don't really make use of or need a file extension. But when we work on a server, you are going to be working with lots of configuration files. And those files have a .conf extension. When we created the server instance, a particular server distribution that we selected was installed on the solid-state drive of our server. Now the file system, the various directories, various files that are installed on the solid-state drive are as follows. The root or main directory of your solid-state drive is indicated with a /, and all other directories branch from the root directory. When you're working with Windows, you have your C drive, C:. In Linux, the equivalent of your C drive is the root directory. The root directory is indicated with a /. All other directories branch off the root. There are three main directories that we are going to be working in, and those are etc, home, and the var directory. It's inside these directories you will find subdirectories, and inside those subdirectories you will find further directories. Directories are used to organize where the various files are being stored. Two main points. The root of the file system is indicated by a /. The home directory is indicated by a tilde. The /, that is your file system's root directory. All other directories branch off the root. The /etc directory contains various configuration files. The home directory contains any user created files and directories. The var or variable directory contains files that are prone to change, such as websites, temporary files, your log files, your databases. The main directories we'll be working in throughout the course. etc, we are going to be editing various configuration files. The home directory, that is where any user created files will be stored. And the var directory, that is where our WordPress sites are going to be located. I've already discussed the pwd command with you. Your prompt displays your current location in the file system, but at any time you can type pwd, which will also display your location in the file system. After the ls or list command, the cd, the change directory command, is the most used command when you log into your server. cd is short for change directory. Please make a note of these commands. They are very important. You will be using them every single time you log in to your server. First command we have is cd. If you type cd all on its own, you will change to your user's home directory. Typing cd / will change to the root directory of your server's solid-state drive. To change to any directory of the current location, you type the cd command, leave a space, and then the name of the directory. To go back one level, the cd command is followed by a space and then a double period. To change to the previous directory, the cd command is typed, followed by a space and then a dash or hyphen. Make a note of these 5 variations of the cd command. Looking at the prompt, we are currently located in the user Andrew's home directory. Typing pwd will display the user's location in the file system, /home/Andrew. cd, leave a space, followed by a /. Look at the change in the prompt. It is no longer a tilde, it is now a /. We have changed to the root directory of the file system. List the contents of the root directory. You can type ls to list the contents of the root directory. CD, leave a space. To change to any directory of the current location, CD, leave a space, followed by the directory name, var. Look at the change in the prompt. We are now /var. We are located in the var directory. pwd will also display that. The listing of the var directory displays the contents of the var directory. To change to any directory of the current location, www is located inside /var, cd leave a space, followed by the directory name. We have now changed to the www directory. If I type pwd, it will display our location in the file system as the prompt is doing. To go back one level, where are we currently? We are in www. What is back one level? Var. www is a subdirectory of var. So var is the parent directory. It is one level back from www. CD, leave a space, double period, will take you back one level. What was the previous directory we were in? Look at the prompt, /var/www. So CD followed by a hyphen will take us back to the previous directory, which is var www. CD all on its own, look at the change in the prompt. We are back in our user's home directory. CD followed by a hyphen will take us back to the previous directory. The previous directory we were in, var www. CD hyphen will take us back to that directory. Change to the root directory. A listing, we want to change to the etc directory. CD, leave a space, etc. Contents of the etc directory, we want to change to the nginx directory. From the nginx directory, we want to change to the snippets directory. Where is the snippets directory? It is a subdirectory of nginx. It is off the nginx directory. CD, leave a space, snippets. We are now 3 levels, /etc/nginx/snippets. CD all on its own will take us back where? To our user's home directory. CD hyphen will take us back to snippets. CD / will take us to the root directory. To change to a directory that is off our current location, we are currently located in the root directory. /. To change to the etc directory, we simply type cd, leave a space, etc. etc is off the root. So we can type cd, leave a space, etc. cd, change to my user's home directory. A listing of my home directory displays MySQL tuner, bash scripts, and a file PHP mail test. The etc directory is not off my user's home directory. It is off the root directory. If I type cd, leave a space, etc, no such file or directory. etc is off the root. It is not off my user's home directory. Now, if I wanted to change from my home directory into the etc directory, I don't first have to change to the root directory and then change to the etc directory. I type cd / that indicates my root directory. What do I now want to do? I want to change to a directory that is off my root directory, so I type etc and press enter, and I've changed to the etc directory. What was just off the etc directory? The nginx directory. CD, back to my user's home directory. I want to change to the etc nginx directory. Yes, I can type cd hyphen, which will take me back to that particular directory, but I want to do it manually. CD, I cannot type etc/nginx. The etc nginx directory is not off my user's home directory. It is off the root directory. CD / etc/ the second slash is simply a separator. The first slash indicates the root directory, then the directory that is off the root. The second slash is a separator. The next name that you type is the directory that is off the etc directory. At any time, if you type clear, you will clear the screen. Please make a note of the cd command and all the variations of the cd command. You will be using it frequently. So for now, just make a note of the variations of the cd command. When we log into the server, we will start using the cd command. A path is a /separated list of directory names followed by either a directory name or a file name. To access a certain file or directory, you must specify the path leading to that directory or file. There are two types of path names, absolute and relative. The relative path name can also be called a local path name. Paths contain file names, directories, or both, separated by slashes. Absolute paths always start with a slash. Relative paths do not have a slash at the beginning, but can have one or two dots or a space. The absolute path is the entire path from the root directory to the respective file or directory. The relative or local path is the path to the respective file or directory using the current directory as the starting point. You have to move up or down in the file system tree to reach the target directory or file, starting from the current directory. That is the difference between absolute and relative. Absolute is the path from the root directory. Relative is the path from the current directory. Here we have an example. The file is nginx.conf and it's located in the /etc/nginx directory. So the absolute path will be the path from the root directory. The root directory, as discussed in a previous lecture, is indicated with a slash. So the absolute path will be / the root directory, etc/nginx/ ending with the file name nginx.conf. The relative path is dependent on your current location in the file system. The current location in this example is /etc/mysql. Where is nginx.conf in relation to your current location? Well, we need to go back one level from MySQL to etc, that is the double period /, then change to the nginx directory / followed by the file name. If we look at terminal, cd/etc/nginx, a listing of the nginx directory displays the file nginx.conf. cd all on its own will change to my user's home directory. If I want to edit the nginx.conf file using the editor nano, what I would need to do is type the command nano followed by the file name that I would like to edit. Nano, leave a space, nginx.conf. The file that nano opens is a blank file. The reason being I'm in my user's home directory. So I will actually be creating a file nginx.conf, not editing the file nginx.conf in the etc/nginx directory. What I need to do is specify the absolute path to the file I would like to edit. Nano, leave a space, / the root directory. etc is just off the root / my separator. My next directory is nginx / a separator, followed by the file name nginx.conf. And I've opened the file /etc/nginx /nginx.conf. That is using the absolute path name. I recommend you use the relative or local path name. The difference between the two is you change to the directory that contains the file before you use nano to open the file. So with a relative path name, you change to the directory that contains the file. cd/etc/nginx. A listing will display the file nginx.conf. To open nginx.conf using nano, it is a relative or local path name. I'm in the directory that contains the file. And I've opened nginx.conf using a relative or local path name. At this stage, all I want you to be aware of is absolute path name is the path from the root directory. Local path name is the path relative to your current location. I've changed to the /etc/mysql directory. If I wanted to edit nginx.conf, I can no longer simply type nano leave a space followed by the file name. I need to type the path to that file. Where am I? I am in /etc/mysql. I must go back one level. Double period slash takes you back one level. I must then change to the nginx directory, and inside the nginx directory specify the file I would like to edit. And I've opened nginx.conf using a relative or local path name. I recommend you use the second method, the relative or local path name. It gives you practice changing directories, and it leads to a better understanding of navigating the file system.